One of the main takeouts was that Professor Boucher's mastery of the subject matter was supreme. We tackled all kinds of issues such as global climate change, global offshoring activities by corporations, and even looking at globalization from a historical perspective, all the way back from Ricardo and Smith, Marx and Lenin, all the way up to Schumpeter, Friedman, and Stiglitz and Krugman. So looking at the historical perspective of globalization and then coming to the current issues that are really relevant in today's business world was a fantastic opportunity.
I really enjoyed the globalization seminar, and I think Professor Boucher really tackled a lot of issues we have to deal with in our future career, not only about competitiveness or financial flow issues, but also governance and sustainable development matters. I think that through this seminar I learned a lot about efficient economic intelligence strategy, and actually for me the most interesting part was to be aware of what's happening all over the world for at least a week during this seminar about finance, economy.
Well, I think it definitely worked. I think blended learning is kind of the revolution of education. The good thing of it is that when you are in a lecture, sometimes you get distracted, sometimes you do not understand what is said, but then you do not feel like raising your hand and asking a question. So, but when you are watching a video, you can pause the video, watch it as many times as you need, and that is definitely something that benefits the whole learning process. So I think the blended learning approach is the future of education, and I'm glad we had the chance to experience it here at Schema.
I really enjoyed the blending learning method used for the globalization seminar, because I think it's a really good way to encourage interaction between the professor and the students, even if we know that there is this geographical distance. Professor Boucher and his team were always available all day long to answer our questions. And I think for some people who are not maybe that comfortable for asking questions in public and during class, it's a really good way to improve their skills and ask the question they need to ask.
In learning, I think it's really new and interesting method of education. And I think it was quite good because we didn't have any problems of communication and expression. When we watch videos or lectures of professor, we could always track and stop and rewatch anything in the video. And the good point that even if then we don't understand anything, we could always write a message, write just a small email, and response was always really quick and clear. So on the level of communication there was no any problem, and it was really quite convenient for me.
We were 3 nationalities represented in my team, which was very interesting because I learned quite a lot from the Indian gentleman, simply because I had never really, I never would have thought to get that point of view. He had totally different points of view than I had, and so it was an excellent opportunity to really see how different nationalities look at the issue of globalization.
I think my team was really globalized. We were from 4 different countries. Lebanese, Chinese, French, and me, Tunisian. I think in today's constantly evolving, globalized, competitive environment, it takes more than an academic qualification from a university to prepare one for the challenges he will face during his career. So I strongly believe that meeting people from diverse backgrounds and different cultures and interacting with those people about some subjects maybe they're not necessarily really interested in, like finance, for example, it's really good to see how teamwork and spirit works.
So yeah, my team was definitely globalized. So yeah, I mean, it was a challenge communication-wise because it is quite known that different people from different cultures have different way of communicating. But I think that was part of the learning process.